In section 1.4, we're going to be talking about the order of operations. A lot of you might know this as PEMDAS or Please Excuse My Dear Aunt Sally, and those are great ways to remember it. But what we want to make sure is that you're doing everything in the correct order. So the P stands for your parentheses, but this also includes brackets or braces. You want to start from the inside and work your way out when it comes to parentheses. After you've simplified everything within the parentheses, we're going to move on to exponents and square roots. You're going to simplify both of those. Once you do that, and this is the part where people get confused sometimes, we want to do multiplication and division in the order they appear from left to right. Finally, we want to do addition and subtraction in the order they appear from left to right. So it's not multiplication first, it's multiplication or division in the order in which it appears from left to right. We want to make sure we make that distinction because you can get the wrong answer if you don't do it correctly. So let's do a couple of examples. Our first example is 2 times 3 squared divided by 6 minus 5 plus negative 4 squared. Now, there are parentheses here, but there's nothing to simplify inside the parentheses, so we don't have to worry about any of that. We're going to move on to exponents. We'll start off right here with 3 squared. 3 squared is 9, so we're going to bring everything else down, so that's going to be 2 times 9 divided by 6 minus 5 plus, and negative 4 squared is going to be positive 16 because that's negative 4 times negative 4. We're going to do our multiplication and division in the order in which they appear from left to right. The first thing that we see is this 2 times 9. 2 times 9 is 18. Let's go ahead and bring that down. So 18 divided by 6 minus 5 plus 16. Now we can do the division part. 18 divided by 6 is 3. So we get 3 minus 5 plus 16. 3 minus 5 gives us negative 2. And negative 2 plus 16 gives us a positive 14. This next problem is a great example of making sure that you do multiplication and division in the order they appear. So we have 8 divided by 2 times, in parentheses, 2 plus 2. We want to start off by simplifying what's inside the parentheses. 2 plus 2 is 4. That's going to give us 8 divided by 2 times 4. We need to do multiplication and division in the order in which they appear from left to right. So we're actually going to work and do the 8 divided by 2 first. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. 4 times 4 gives us a final answer of 16. The last problem that we're going to work on is actually and evaluate the expression. So we're given this expression b squared minus 4ac, but we're given values for a, b, and c. So we have a equals 3, b equals negative 5, and c equals 2. So we're going to plug those values in, we're going to substitute those in, and we're going to simplify the problem using order of operations. One thing that I want to make a note of is when you are substituting values in, it's always good to put those in parentheses. All right. So we have b squared minus 4ac. Let's replace those and put the values in. That's going to be in parentheses negative 5 squared minus 4 times 3 times 2. So you can see that when we substituted, we put everything that we substituted in parentheses. That's very important. And now we simplify. Order of operations says we do the exponent first, so negative 5 in parentheses squared. That's negative 5 times negative 5, which is going to be positive 25. Bring everything else down. Now we're going to multiply from left to right, so that's going to be negative 4 times 3, which is going to give us negative 12 times 2, and then negative 12 times 2 is going to give us 24, so that's going to be 25 minus 24. That gives us an answer of positive 1. Order of operations is a concept that we learned pretty early on in school, but it's important to follow the steps in the correct order to make sure that you get the right answer. All right, that's all I've got. Make sure you're talking with your instructors, and I'll see you next time.